to the Textiles West Twill studio in Manitou Springs. We're here with Textiles West founders Susan Haldeman and Liz Kettle. Hi, guys.
Hi.
They are finalists for the Peak Arts Prize, and this is our Peak Arts Prize finalist feature on Textiles West. They're competing for a $5,000 funding right now for their project, Stitching Community Together. And you can help them win that funding by voting at peakartsprize.org. You'll find the link in the caption of this video. What's it been like so far to be in this inaugural year of the contest?
It's really an honor. It's been so cool. Our following has been, just incredible, and we're loving when they, send us that they've voted and the little thumbs up.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah.
So we're very humbled to be part of this initial prize. So it's very cool.
That's great to hear that, because when we decided to do a contest, we wanted it to be community building.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so much what Textiles West is all about.
Oh, totally.
So you guys have been building community with the Stitching Community Together project.
Yes.
Where groups all over the city have started making these panels. And how would the $5,000 prize help you take this to the next level?
Oh my gosh. So what we need is to have some marketing money so that we can get this project out on a bigger audience.
Sure.
We're a fairly new nonprofit and we just don't have a marketing budget. So being able to reach out into the different communities that we don't already have access to, like the military bases, the homeless population, the other arts organizations, kids groups. It's such a expansive project. It can go as big as it could possibly be. There's so many diverse communities in Colorado Springs that we would love to fill this whole room with these panels hanging.
Awesome. Well, right now you're going to demonstrate for us, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, come on over. This is a laboratory after all.
Yes,
Let's go
is.
make some beautiful Pogaji panels. Pogaji?
Pogaji.
Pogaji.
Pogajis. I explain it think about jogging in French, like jogging, pojagi.
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 Pojagi panel.
You got to come up with something.
That's so funny.
So this technique is a very ancient Korean hand stitching technique to join fabrics together. And they originally used them to cover food, to cover offerings in their church, and for special things that they wanted to keep protected.
Mm-hmm.
And we've taken it, it's had this surgence in the last probably 10 years of becoming more of an art form all across the globe. So why we picked this technique for our project, because it's so modular.
Yeah,
so
let's show people.
One person can do this piece, one person can do this piece, one person could do this piece, and one person could do this piece. So then you can come together and assemble all the pieces, just like your communities are. They're made up of different sections of each community, and then each panel represents a whole community in amongst the other communities.
Such an awesome metaphor.
Well, and that's
literal.
The reason why we picked it. And when we have them hanging, you can see from our pictures, they're not stitched together because our communities inform each other and reflect off of each other, but they don't. We're not all the same.
Right.
So this allows that separateness, and it's such a perfect metaphor for community.
So show us how we do this.
Okay,
Let's Pogaji.
Okay, it's such a simple stitch. So you can use any fabric. I just have 2 pieces of cotton here. You can use fabrics that are all one-sided, two-sided. You can use shears. The only thing I don't suggest is polyester shears because they're low fiddly. So these are 2 pieces of cotton, and I've turned down about 1/2 inch on this piece, and on this piece I've turned down about 1/4 inch, and this is all ish measuring. So it's because there's no perfection in this technique. It doesn't anybody can do it, because it doesn't matter if your stitches are big or they're small or they're consistent, or if you measured exactly right. It's very forgiving.
Well, those of us who are trying a new art form appreciate some ish.
Yes, ish is good.
Some ish.
So I'm going to just start. I have just some regular thread. You can use heavy thread. This is just regular sewing thread that we had here. I'm just going to kind of hide my knot in there. And the stitch is so simple. It's really just a whip stitch. So you want to come from one fabric to the front, and then the thread will kind of lay across the other at an angle, at a diagonal. The stray hair threads is the only issue when you're getting started. And that's it. There's two components that are important. One is you don't want to take a very deep stitch. You don't want to come down here super deep. And you don't want to pull these really tight like that. You want it to be very loose. So that makes it even better for beginners because they tend to do their stitching loose. And then you just stitch across the top. It's so simple. It takes seconds to learn, a lifetime to master.
And now Alyssa from the Cultural Office is here showing off her MFA in textile art. Can you show us, you have a head start there, Alyssa. Show us what it looks like when you're a little further along. Yeah.
And Alyssa's stitches are very, very, perfect. But I can tell you that, you can have them irregular, you can have large gaps in between. You also can switch out the weights of your threads to create texture within the panels. And, one of the things that people have been doing is attaching things that are sentimental, things that represent their story. And we've received some really beautiful ones, some with imagery, some with, buttons or souvenirs. And it's just a wonderful way to create a beautiful composition. And there's no boundaries. You can just let it go. It can be as intricate, and as detailed as you want.
Embellishments.
You can embroider on these. You can draw on these. You can use rubber stamps.
You can do transfers of images. So if you have some beautiful images of family or of your business or of art that you really love, that can be transferred onto the fabric and incorporated into the piece.
I'm glad you said businesses, Susan, because it is open to businesses.
Absolutely.
They are their own unique community. The Cultural Office is getting ready to do their panel starting next week.
We are. We're going to do one, and we hope that you will too. Peak Arts Prize, each project is really an invitation, both to vote for these projects so that they can get some funding, and we hope you'll vote before Thursday at midnight at peakartsprize.org. But each project is interactive. Each project is about growing audience. So we hope you'll also participate in each of the projects as they happen. And in terms of stitching community together, that means learn to do this stitch, which we are learning. And make a panel, whether it's with your school group, your club, your family, your company. And contribute to stitching community together. It's already exhibiting in different parts of the region. They hang the panels together. It looks like almost like stained glass windows as you walk through. But if Textiles West wins the Peak Arts Prize, you will see it a lot more places too. So please vote for us. Yeah, thank you so much for having us in.